Good evening. 2 out of 4 provincial leaders have tested positive for COVID in the middle of the election campaign. NDP leader Andrea Horwath and Green leader Mike Schreiner. We'll tell you what they're all saying a little bit later, but first. For days now, there have been rumblings PC candidates are not attending local debates. CityNews has been tracking instances of them being no-shows after a source told us they had been directed not to take part of them, which the party is denying. Either way, there seems to be a pattern. Is skipping debates anti-democratic or smart political strategy? You decide.
I think there's a pattern of anti-democratic activity here that is obviously coming from the top, and it is a systematic evasion of accountability.
Karim Bardizi is the Liberal candidate for Parkdale High Park. He has attended 2 local candidate debates so far and says the PC candidate was the only one who did not show up.
I believe it's because they know that people don't like the plan that they're putting forward.
Since the campaign began, local media have been noting PC candidates are absent from debates. In our spot check of 34 local debates happening across the province, 22 progressive Conservatives did not participate, while 10 Green Party candidates, 1 NDP candidate, and 1 Liberal did not participate. Although for the Liberals, it was in the Parry Sound-Muskoka riding, where no Liberal candidate was being run.
The Conservatives are just not showing up. What are they afraid of?
A Conservative campaign official who asked for anonymity denies there is a directive instructing PC candidates not to take part in local debates, but acknowledged they have been told to, quote, limit the risk. The Conservative official also said debates are of, quote, low value, and the best use of a candidate's time is to door knock and speak with voters. Doug Ford echoed that today.
Well, what I think is important, they're out door knocking.
What do you make of PC candidates seemingly not going to debates at far higher rates than the other parties?
It really speaks to a political party that is coordinating this, that is saying, we want to be careful. They do not want to manage what some people in Canadian politics call bozo eruptions, which is when some candidate that a lot of people may never have heard of says something controversial and the media pounces.
Political science professor Alex Marlin believes local debates need to be organized by a commission to ensure they are impartial and fair.
At the local level, you have community groups running things and, moderators who are being selected from various points of view. It's really ripe for the possibility of turning into a carnival, but there's no question that there's a pattern that Conservative parties are far more reticent to get involved because they feel that the mainstream media is more likely to be sensationalist about their views.
There is a potential downside, though.
If progressive Conservative candidates are not attending these debates en masse, that would be a negative story for quite a while, because then that feeds a narrative that the opposition can use, which says this party is anti-democratic. It was a problem for Stephen Harper, but he ultimately lost the 2015 election, partly because he was seen as so tightly scripted, and his campaign was as well.
It has long been the norm for leaders to give one-on-ones with media during a campaign. Doug Ford broke that mold in the last election. CityNews has asked each leader for a sit-down interview. So far, he is the only one who has not accepted.